Welcome back to another Valhalla MMO tutorial. This might be your first one because this is the first one I'll be publishing. In this one I will just go over all the commands because I see too many times in chats asking, hey, how do I do this, how do I do that, and majority of the time it's with commands and it's pretty simple, and I just want to show you all of them. So we'll go one by one. We might go more in depth in some than others, but I just want to show you what each one does and how to use it properly. Valhalla, and then you can put in the command. But for the shorter version, it's just VAL, Vol. And then you have all the same options you would have with Valhalla. So first, let me actually show you a command that doesn't require that. /s opens your skills. Then /val, armor sets. So I'll make an in-depth video on this eventually, but this is where any armor sets that you define and have like an armor set like buff, if you're wearing the whole set, you would find them here. Then you have attribute. So to show this, let me just grab a sword once. So Valhalla attribute, let's add, what is it, probably let's add some melee damage, and let's set it to 1,000. So now it has the attribute 1,000% more melee damage. It really high, you'll see it's basically instant. You see that? No cooldown. I can do 0.1, and now it's gonna be really slow. Like, look how slow that bar is moving. See it? So kind of same thing applies for all the other attributes. Obviously some have their own like things you have to define depending on them, but most of the time it's just you hold the item you want to equip it to, and then boom. Most of these are modifiers, not all of them, but a lot of these are modifiers. So you can do some of these. You can have it, give it the sword this on crafting if you know how to do modifiers. There will be videos on modifiers, but most of the time you should just look through it to try and understand it. Then we have drop. So this is a command that actually I recommended him adding. This helps add like support for other plugins, and just if you want to do some special things. So on like a custom mob, like with mythic mobs is my example of something I've used it on. You can make it so on death it executes a command to drop an item right where it is. You can also use it if you want to like give items in, I don't really know, but just showing you the commands. Let's say drop bow, and I want it to drop it. I want to drop 2 bows and in the world. Boom, you see right there? Proportionate to where I'm standing, bows are dropping. And these are Valhalla bows. So they have custom attributes and stuff. So where will everything else you drop? If you're wondering what you can drop, you can drop anything, and this is another command I'm showing you now, /val items. This is official Valhalla items you can add to this list as well. Next is effect, and basically if I do custom luck 100, duration 100 for 5 seconds. See over there I have active effects. So let me just make that a bit longer. So that's too long, I'll remove that eventually, but you see that's a active effect. This is used for potions a lot. There's custom potions you make with unique things that Minecraft doesn't have. Like, it's not strength, it's like you drink a potion and you get more XP in smithing, which is something you can do. When I make an in-depth guide video on potions, I'll do that. But basically you can just set it to whatever you want, and then for however long you can have this reward a player on, like if they purchase something on an online shop, they get like a buff on something. Pretty sure you can remove it by just doing a negative time. Yep. EXP. This is a big one that I see in the chat a lot, okay? This is how you grant XP through commands. Obviously there's different ways, but this is the command way. So you can choose what what class you want to level up. I'll do smithing. Then you say how much XP. So let's just give me a bunch. Let's get me up to level 100, right? And then to me. That's as easy as it is. Boom, now I'm level 100. Way more XP than I need, but I'm level 100. Now you're asking, how do I get rid of it? It's the same command. It's just a negative. See, then it resets me. But then if I want to give myself XP again, then if I want to remove it, boom. That's all you have to do. Give, same thing as like where it dropped down the floor. It just gives it to a player instead. But it's one of the Valhalla items, so same kind of property with that. Then global buff. So this is kind of like the potion effect thing that I showed you before, but for the whole server. So let's say I want archery experience to be increased for 1 minute, and it'll be amplified by 10. And it'll just be an active amplifier. Boom. Global experience, right? And that's a big thing that I would recommend if you're gonna have something paid. Do that. That way it's not pay to win for just them. They can help out the whole server by doing such. Or if you just want to do global events every now and then and get players back on, that's a way of doing it. This, so I can add duration onto what I already have there. Then I can override it, so now I just want it to 1 minute instead. And then you can also remove a buff if you know exactly what you did. So yeah, that's global buffs, very handy. Hardness, okay. So in Valhalla, you can customize the hardness of blocks, basically how long it takes to mine a block, right? You can make things unbreakable eventually or things like that. I haven't really used this. I haven't found much reason to, but everyone has their own things. If you're doing more of an RPG, this might help. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a thing he added and I'm gonna show it. So I can choose, let's do anvil. Now let's make it like really high, and then let's see how hard it is to mine the anvil. Right, pretty hard. But then if we just reset this, you can see its normal value, right? And then if I make this 0.1, it'll mine like instantly. So it is kind of cool. Maybe I'll find a purpose for it eventually. But that's what it does. There is a hardness stick you can get, and you can do all that with a stick. So /vol tool hardness stick is how you actually get it. And then right here you can shift click or shift and then scroll to change how hard something should be to mine. And it's just for the block you click. So for this one, it's individual blocks, not the entire like bricks now. So that command does it for the entirety of bricks. This one does it for individual items. So yeah, you punch it to apply it, you right click to unapply it. So here, I'll apply it for these 3, unapply it for these 2. You'll see this one I can no longer mine, this one I can, this one I can't. So it's just how to make certain things have different times of breaking. /val loot. So this is a loot table. There is so much with loot tables. This will be a complex guide when I start doing those. There'll be 2 series. There'll be Valhalla Basics and then Valhalla Deep Dive. This will be a part of Deep Dive. You can change fishing rewards. You can change like structure rewards. You can change entity drops. You can change block drops. You can there's a lot you can do and customize what biome you need to be in and so much stuff. I will show you examples and so much more when I make that video. Then we got modify /val attributes and modify Modify has a lot more stuff to it, and it's more complex, I guess. And attributes are more just basic things for items. I don't really know the difference fully, but for what you guys will need right now, that's basically the difference. But like I said, most of the stuff you can do in crafting recipes, and that I'll actually show you how to do. So you can look into that yourself and actually play around with it, but that's basically my understanding of it. Next is potion attribute. So basically, if you put it on a weapon, it's the person who gets hit, that's the effect they get. Yeah, so for bows you have to put it on the arrow. Maybe I did the... Nope, yeah, it definitely did the effect. It just didn't show it. So this should give poison. I'm guessing it's at 1 HP now. Yep. So yeah, that's how that works. For bows, it needs to be the arrow, it looks like. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. That's a really cool command, and I didn't even know about it. So we're both learning in this video. Profile, and then let's do enchanting. So you can see stats here. EXP total, enchanting, EXP multiplier, passive element, damage conversion. So basically these are all stats that change by leveling up, choosing skills, things like that that are relevant to enchanting. And then you can look up things for other things too. Like if I did fishing, fish drops, speed bonus, multiplier, bait save chance. So that's the more complicated, kind of showing you your current stats and increasing and things like that. Recipes, this is to open this. So /val recipes, you get to here, it's all of this. It's really cool, but recipes has a bit more to it. You can just from the command make a new recipe, and then the what category it is, and then the name. You can copy a recipe and then put in the new name, or you can just straight up go and edit one from its name. So the copy one is the one that I would probably recommend if you're gonna do any for the recipes. But then there's reset, and this is how you can completely reset someone's skills, stats, skills only, skills refund EXP, and stats only. So depending on how you do things, you know, if I want to reset my skill, you can choose individual ones or just skills only in general, and you gotta confirm it. And now in /s I have nothing in anything. Reward, this is basically just a buff you can give to someone. Save all, I don't entirely know what it does, but I would recommend saving things when you mess around with recipes and if you're before a server shutdown. I don't think you need to, but just to prevent loss of data or anything change you did. There's /spawn, you can spawn any mob and any level. Valhalla adds a level mob system. It doesn't show it, but it kind of goes with your player level. It kind of slowly increases it. I should make a video on how it's compatible, or how to make it compatible with leveled mobs, a very popular level mob plugin. So that will be there eventually. But I can make it level 2 one, and it'll be right on top of me. It won't be because I'm in a region, but it would usually spawn it. And then we got tool, and the only one is a hardness stick. So that's what all the commands do in Valhalla. If you have any questions about the commands, leave them in the comments. I can probably answer these ones. If I can't, please join Valhalla's official Discord or check their wiki. They have a great wiki and support on Discord. Please check my other videos if you have any questions about certain things. Check if I've made a video about it. You can join my Discord server if you want to give me a suggestion directly, or just want to chat. If you have a question, you can ask in my Discord server. I'd still recommend official Valhalla MMO's Discord server. And please like the video so we can get this towards the top when you search for Valhalla MMO, because these are the most up-to-date tutorials and some of the only tutorials on Valhalla MMO. So I hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time.